So the mouse, should you even bother going down this line? Well, before we actually review the tank, let's actually have a look at the line itself. So for the mouse tech tree, you have to go through the Panzer IV-H and then onwards towards the mouse. Panzer IV-H, very good tank. It used to be a very, very good Seal Clubber tank. I haven't actually played it in a very long time, so I wouldn't know if it still is, but I'm sure some of you will be able to tell me. But the VK3001P, amazing. The Tiger P, it is good. It may not be the most competitive tank in tier 7, and it might not even be the fastest. It might not even be the most well armored. However, the gun is very good. But this gun on a tier 7 is really, really nice. It's very accurate, doesn't have loads of DPM, but it does have decent standard pen at 203 with okay premium rounds at 237. Moving then onto the VK101P, and this is where we start to get into the mouse territory. Because previously, we've kind of been playing Tigers and similar kind of design choices, whereas now we get directly into tier 8 and we start really looking at what the mouse is going to be. This tank is one of the most overpowered, I would say, for armor at tier 8, because the cupola is around about 220mm thick. When considering that standard rounds don't really have that at this tier, you can get penned only really by higher tiers, and if you meet lower tiers, they do not stand a chance against you. Even at a lower plate, you're going to be struggling to pen this thing. And you do get the nice 440 alpha, so this tank again is not an issue for grinding. When you get to this tank, this is an issue. The stock experience on the Maltion is awful. Genuinely awful. You have to trundle around with an engine that has 20% fire chance and not very much engine power. As you can see, 7.7 specific power to weight. And then when you upgrade it, you go to about 9. So that's fun. Grind out the XP, get that. Then you're going to need to get the tracks as well. Luckily, you don't need to get another turret. And you do get the mouse gun once you get up to the top tier. So is this any good then? No. No. This is just... it's a mouse with a cupola. But it's not even a mouse with a cupola, because you see how this turret slopes inwards like the VK? It sort of bows from the middle and then downwards and then in front. This can be easily penned, because once you get to the mouse at tier 10, you can see that if we actually go to a normal camo, you can see that it doesn't have this. It's just completely flat. Everything is flat here, everything is flat here. It actually curves a bit downwards, apart from at the back. I mean, slight curve downwards, but it's more pronounced on the sides. The only thing that's really a problem on the mouse is the cheeks. Either side here and here, you can get penned. But we'll show you the arm model in a second. But what I'm saying is that the Maltion, with the mouse, you can turn the turret and bait shots into the side, and it will just ricochet off. You cannot do that in the Maltion. Not to mention that you have a cupola. Yes, okay, the cupola is about 250 something millimeters thick, right? It is not going to be pennable by most tanks that you meet. However, you will meet tier 10. And when you meet tier 10, you're just a big, fat, lumbering hit point machine for the enemy. Because unlike the mouse, if you play it correctly, you can angle your armor and actually bounce tier 10s, and even if they're firing heat at you. With the Maltion, you can't. So the line is good until you get to the Maltion, and then you have to just suffer through it until you get to the mouse. But is the mouse worth it? To be honest, I'd probably say no. And I know at the start of the review, you know, it's not really ideal to say that, but in 2023, I do not think it's worth it to have a tank that only goes at 25 kilometers an hour. No matter how well armored it is. I would easily sacrifice some armor in a heartbeat to get an extra 10 kilometers an hour. It's just too big and too slow for nowadays world of tanks. You can make it work. No doubt about it. If you get Himmels or the right map, you can make it work. You get Melanovka, you are not making it work unless they come into the base. Because you will never be able to get to the hill. And by the time that you get to the hill on Melanovka, it is either already over and your team has won the hill, or the enemy team has won the hill and you are dead. Most of the games are like this now. It is a quick 15-5 game where the mouse will not have time to do anything. And you don't even really get that good DPM. Sure, the DPM's okay, but it's not, you know, groundbreaking. Now we're going to quickly go into tanks.gg and I'm going to show you the armor model of this tank and also just the general stats. I'm going to very much gloss over these because I feel like they don't give you any indication of what it's like actually playing the game or in-game. I'll give you the stats so that you can, you know, they'll be known to you, and then you can take from that whatever you want. So the mouse, as you can see, this is it with its completely base. It's got 100% crew in it and nothing else. If we go and put all the crew skills and camo on it, you do get much nicer DPM. It goes up, obviously. Dispersion goes down. Aim time is pretty decent, I'll give it that. But also, the dispersion factors of this tank are really nice in the way that you don't need to use V-stab. The thing is, this tank goes so bloody slow, you are not going to notice the thing blooming because it will never even reach the top speed half the time unless you're having to go very far. Usually, you get to the top speed, you sit there for 2 minutes or whatever, get to the battle, and then by the time that you actually want to fire your gun, you're being surrounded and the top speed is never going to matter. So this dispersion is good. Mainly the turret one. The turret one is the one that you want to mainly look out for when you're looking at tanks. Now, if we add in food to this, it is then going to obviously increase everything else. And we can also then put in the equipment that I was using. We were using the bounty rammer. We were using we could put the turbo in the turbo slot and we'll use the field mods in a second. And we'll also use improved hardening because obviously this is the healthiest tank in the game, so why would you not boost the hit points up even more? And now if we go and use all the field mods and we select the turbo slot, you'll see it goes up to 25 kilometers an hour, which is not very fast. You do get 452 meters view range, which means you don't need code top 6 or anything like that. Now for the field mods, if you are using hardening, which I recommend you all do, pick the right hand field mod or none at all. The reason being is that if you pick the right hand one, your track health is going to go up and it'll be very, very good. If you don't choose any, this is the difference. You never ever want to pick the left hand field mod if you're using hardening, because you will get tracked in the first shot by some tanks. It's just the way it is. I've already done a very, very in-depth dive on exactly all of this. So if you want a field mod guide, you can look it up on the channel. So I'm going to choose the right hand field mod. And for the second one, always choose the aiming, because you should never choose the aiming speed. Always aim circle size. Always choose the view range because, again, it's free view range rather than only sometimes be an additional stun. By that, I mean you're not getting stunned 24/7, so you should always take the view range. Now for the next field mod, always choose top forward speed. It's so slow. Anything to help you out, all right? Yes, it will do some HE and ramming damage, right? It doesn't matter. Get that top forward speed because that is going to help you out more than anything else. And for the last field mod, I would go and pick the left-hand side by the looks of it. Sure, the repair speed goes up a little bit, which I don't think is working on Tanks GG. But your internal modules will be a lot nicer because, yeah, this thing will get set on fire if you give it the chance. You'll see that the fuel tanks are only 200. That will then boost up to 260, which is nice. That's what I would choose on the mouse. So for the armor of the mouse, you may be looking at this and be thinking, wow, this is really good. But then you need to take into consideration that the AP pen on the mouse is pretty bad. So most people are going to be firing the premium rounds and yes, this thing does not look so well armored anymore, does it? When you side scrape though, it does get better. If you can try and hide the front of your tank and properly side scrape, so you know you're side scraping at an angle, let's say like this, you know, this is going to be really, really good. And then what you can do is just move the turret like so. And the more that you move it, the harder it becomes to pen, because you're now going to need like 350 millimeters of pen here. And 350-ish, 330, 350. However, you can just go to the right here and pen through the gun mantlet. You think that it's great, and then they go and do something like that. However, if they didn't put that there, I mean, it would probably be completely broken and OP. So there's that. One thing to take into consideration is that if you are firing against another tank, let's say it's an E100 playing against you, right? E100, big gun, 334 heat, even that will go through the gun mantlet. You need to be careful though not to go too high, because unlike APCR, it does not normalize and does not go through spaced armor very well. Even though that it shouldn't go through spaced armor, even sometimes it does. I don't know, it's weird. But if you are looking at this thing with 330 heat, you're just going to be sitting there just gleaming with joy when you see a mouse come around the corner face on like this. So that is the main problem with the mouse and its armor. Apart from that, it's really, really good. The most stupid thing about the mouse is when it gets on Kimmelsdorf or something, and then you come up against tier 8s, and you come up against something like, I don't know, a 110 with its fully upgraded gun, and then it decides to fire against you with its 265mm of gold pen, and you just look at it and laugh. Because even if it goes for the gun mantlet, it can't pen you. Even if it goes for the lower plate, it can't pen you. Even head on, it can't really pen you. It's a 50-50. And most of the time, it's going to bounce. Just another reason why +2 matchmaking is absolutely stupid in this game. Now, just very quickly, we are going to talk about the E100 and the Type 5, them being the closest competition to the mouse. As you can see, most of the time, the mouse wins. However, the one thing that is the most annoying thing about the mouse is the speed. And even the Type 5 is faster, man. Even the Type 5 is faster than the mouse. So taking that into consideration, what should you choose then when you're going down your German heavy lines? When you get to tier 4 and you're going to split off, what do you go down? Well, I'd always go down the E100. I don't see the point of going down the mouse line. Yes, the VK is very, very nice at tier 8. However, the Tiger 2 is beautiful at tier 8. The E75 is beautiful at tier 9. I made a video recently on the E75, so you can go and watch that if you would like. And this thing still performs very, very well, even today in 2023. The Tiger 1 is not an issue. It has hit points. You can deal with your targets. You can trade your hit points for damage. It is very, very good. The VK36-1H, again, not an issue. You do get a nice gun, although the pen isn't great. It's good enough for a tier 6. I believe you also get, where is it? Yeah, this gun. You get the gun that if you fire full premium, you get 221 pen and very, very nice DPM. So you could use that if you would like to. And the VK30-1H gets exactly the same gun. Where is it? As you can see here. So you could use this gun a tier below with 221 pen at tier 5, which is insanely good. So no, I don't think it's worth it to go down the mouse. In my opinion, when you choose to either get the Panzer IV-H or the VK, you should choose to get the VK and go straight for the E100. That's my opinion on it. The other thing to take into consideration as well, if you are a new player, when you choose the VK, it also opens up the opportunity for you to go and get the E50M and the Leo 1. Both tanks are very, very nice, and their lines aren't even that bad either. Whereas when you go down to Panzer IV, you are then locked into the mouse or the Panzer VII. And let me tell you right now, the Panzer VII line is not good. So in my opinion, it's a no-brainer. You don't bother with the mouse. However, we are going to still play some games in it, and we're going to talk about it. So, we are using HP, Turbo, and a rammer. We have a 50-50 loadout of APE and APCR with a little bit of HE. And of course, we are using a repair kit, first aid kit, and then food. Beautiful. We have a crew that is very, very nice. We even have Arnie in it. And everything is ready. Let's begin. Well, we're on Prokhorovka. Not really the map I would want for the mouse, but sure thing. The nice thing is that there's no arty, which means that we should be able to peek the middle. And obviously we have enough view range to spot some people that we meet. So it shouldn't be too bad overall. And no, we are not just going to bomb it down the 1-2 line, okay? That is very, very dumb and an easy way to just die early on in the game. So you might as well try and peek the mid, try and get some shots off, and then pull back and do something else with it. So let's see what we can do though. Okay, so let's turn our turrets slightly like this. And what we are going to do, as you can see, just poke up like this. Don't need to do anything stupid. You can just poke up a little bit. I don't believe that's my spotting on the... no, it's not. Maybe on the line, though. There we go. Lovely bit of damage on the line there. And we've spotted the Conqueror in the middle as well, which is annoying. So we're just going to pull back. All good. See if we can just get a shot on this Borsig. Don't know where that one went, but there we go. We're also getting some more spotting on the Conqueror. Unfortunately, no more spotting anywhere else, though. Again, if we went 1-2 line, we'd probably be dead right now. Because we would have a lot of people shooting us from the mid as well. Fully side on. I'm going to try and take a shot at this guy if I can. But that's 330 heat. And that's not an issue. Which is, you know, why you should always turn your turret to just bounce shells and bait them into this. Because they think that they're going to pen. And the chances are, yeah, sure, maybe 1 or 2 might pen. But most of them won't. He's now firing HE out of anger. Should we put another one into him? No, I didn't quite go where I wanted it. I mean, hopefully we can get some spots on this 60 TP. I mean, things are looking okay for us at the moment. I think that one went in. I mean, it looked okay. He's roughly there. It would be quite funny if we managed to kill him. Okay, we're going to do something very stupid here. This is absolutely fine. Lovely. Just keep moving. This poor little PTK. He's trying his best. There he is. Finally he gets spotted. What we can do is just show the side here. Hopefully to T30 or someone. There's the Ferdinand. Didn't pen, unfortunately. We do kind of need this PTK to die before we can do anything more. We also kind of need the E5 and friends to die at the back. We might be able to kill this guy in a second. Oh, beautiful. Okay, let's peek up like this. Thing is, I don't really want to turn my entire turret to the side because that is going to be an issue. We know full well that there is a Ferdinand at the back and also a T30. So all we can do is try and just bait them in if we can, like this. We would also kind of like to get some shots on these two if I can, but it's not possible at the moment. Obviously, this being against tier 8s, we have armor. The Ferdinand just fired. $60 TP just fired as well. Lovely. We'll get that repaired in a second. This is all good. We can just continue moving forwards. We can put one over here in a second as well. Don't quite get the shot on that. T30 is over this side, over here somewhere. Unfortunately, the PTK is going to take all of our spotting damage, it seems. Which is annoying. I mean, hopefully I can just go up now and kill this T30 and spot him. Completely fine. Get that radio operator back, because why not? Lovely. Very, very nice. I mean, it would be... How do you let him reload? What? Okay. Very interesting. And this guy is in the very, very back over here. Okay. Oh, we're nowhere close, but there we go. I mean, that's alright. Not great damage, but it's okay. Well, I mean, that's completed now. Ah, we blocked 10k. I mean, we can say thank you to the PTK. He was a very, very good donator. We did get one blind. So did we hit the PTK twice? We did hit him. We hit him blind once. Very nice. At least that's done with honours now. It's one less that I need to do. We can apply that as well so we get the bonus. Yeah, this guy fired 25 shots and penned 2. So most of my, like, most of my bounces came from this guy. Oh dear. We earned 122k. I mean, that was good. I mean, that showed you the best of the mouse, right? Anyway, one more game in the mouse, and we'll wrap things up. Right, so we're now on Pearl River. What are we going to do on this map? Well, we're going to go to the right, where every single heavy tank should go. It is pointless going to the mid, so I'll see you in a few minutes once we get to the right. Thinking about it, this is the only annoying thing about the mouse. If you choose to go to the wrong flank, you're kind of screwed, because there's no way of getting back and changing flanks and whatnot. So you're gonna have to make sure that you pick the correct flank early on. Now, this is going to be a slightly troubling issue. I can't even really reliably pen the S-Conk either. Yeah, Cram being up there and an S-Conk being there is a not a good sight for me. There's really like hardly any chance of me penning this S-Conk. He can just pen me through there. This is very annoying. And somehow that bounced. Okay, well, this is absolutely awful. I'm going to try and reverse all the way back if I can. Because I believe this is the only way that I'm actually going to get anything out of this game. And there's no way of me helping them, by the way. Like, him pinging me after he's died. Nothing that I can do, or he can do. He can just pen everything on me, and he's fully hold down as well. Just the most annoying thing. How does he pen that? Look at this. This is why the mouse, not good. Even if I try and, like, angle it like this, it's not going to even affect it. There we go. Don't quite know how that didn't pen. But okay. Whatever you say, game. Whoa! Okay. Don't worry. Just show me a green pen marker, but don't actually pen. Sure. There we go. One back on him. Now he's dead. Now, can we get a little bit more damage at the end of the game here? This guy is not facing me. I'm going to load. Oh, I don't even have proper intuition on this. Why are you going out in the open? I don't know. I mean, we made the most of it, but this is your typical mouse game. You get penned by everything, and it's a very fast game. So at the end of that, 2k damage, which is just, I mean, pathetic nowadays in World of Tanks. So, I mean, did we need to fire full premium like them? But I mean, we didn't really need to fire, you know, some of the premium shells, but there you go. It's whatever. And I've also just realized that I've been using the wrong thing this whole time. But that's fine. It's whatever. I've already spoken about that. Yes, that is the mouse. Do I recommend it? No. Don't get one of these things. It's just, in my opinion, if someone recommends a mouse to you, they're just asking you to be their hit point pinata. That's it. Like, this thing is not competitive in the slightest. Like, it's big, fat, and slow. Hopefully you found this useful. Hopefully this gave you some information about the mouse or about the line in general. And that you probably shouldn't be grinding it. Unless it's one of your last tanks to grind. Or, for some reason, you really, really like it. I mean, I can understand why people would like it. It is the heaviest tank in the game. So, there is that. And, yeah. I mean, it looks cool at least. Right? If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Comment down below for the good old YouTube algorithm gods. I'll see you all in the next video.